Thanks to AT&T and Samsung for sponsoring this video. Check out the new Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G and Ultimate AT&T 5G connectivity for next level power on everything you love to do on your phone, from gaming to streaming and so much more. One of our deceivers was once held up at gunpoint. You can tell us who you think it is by voting along in the chat. Let's find out who's telling the truth and who is a chump. Welcome to Chump, everybody, the Rooster Teeth game show all about lying and deception. I'm your host, Jeremy Dooley, and RTTV today is brought to you by Gamers.vote. You are the youngest and brightest. Be proud and say you participated in democracy. Go to Gamers.vote to register to vote today. And on today's show, we have a bunch of deceivers lined up that I'm very excited to introduce. So let's start with deceiver number one, the returning Troy Baker. Hey, Troy. Deceiver number two, Mr. Cole Gallion. Hi. And deceiver number three, Mr. Jacob Fullerton.
Hello.
Oh, there it is. I didn't know if it was going to happen or not. Only two people can suss out whether or not they're lying or telling the truth. The first being today's contestant, Barbara Dunkelman.
Yay!
It's Barbara. And the other is you, the audience, playing along at home by using hashtags within the chat. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chump. Virtual Chump. I guess we'll call it.
Hello.
Is that what you would call it? Chump from home? Home
Chump?
Chump at home sounds better. Virtual chump sounds like...
Chump at home. Sounds like something you're doing in the privacy of your own bedroom.
What were you doing last night?
I was just chumping at home, you know.
You guys chumping over there? What are you doing?
I'm just chumping.
You jumping home tonight? You jumping at home tonight? No.
You see that jackass? He's going to chump at home by himself. You know what I mean?
I heard this guy.
Nothing is going to ever happen on the show today, by the way. It's just going to be off the rails.
This is chumping around. We're just chumping.
It's going to, even like during the conversations beforehand where we're not really setting anything up or whatever, we would like have the conversations, and midway through it, Troy would be like, so Jeremy, you got like a show to run here or something? What are you doing?
Sorry,
back,
buddy.
like listening.
Yeah. You're doing your thing.
Followed immediately up by, hey, Jeremy, shut up. Shut up, Jeremy. We're talking.
Quiet, you.
Quiet.
But we are going to kick off today's show with a brand new game, a game we have never played before, and it is called High School Dilemma.
Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's a nice power lines there. So in this game, I'm going to be giving Barbara a superlative that one of our three deceivers actually received in their yearbook. She's then going to question each person for 60 seconds to try to determine who actually had the superlative. And then she gets to question, why they got it, how it came to be, different things like that. So the superlative in question is one of our three deceivers was voted most likely to be found in the principal's office. Most likely to be found in the principal's office. Now, audience, you're voting along as well using hashtags in the chat. Hashtag Troy, hashtag Cole, and hashtag Jacob. Cast your vote. Remember, you can change it at any point if you change your mind, but spamming the same name isn't going to give you more votes. So you get one vote, but you can change it at any point. Barbara, most likely to be found in the principal's office. Who do you want to question first about this?
Oh, man. Let's start with Cole.
You're going to start with Cole. All right. Cole Gallion. 60 seconds are on the clock. 60 seconds for questioning. Ready and get set. Go.
Cole, what did you typically get in trouble for in high school?
Oh, it wasn't about getting in trouble.
What was it about then?
I was very interested in progressing my career as a concert French hornist, and the principal knew like a lot of people at like prestigious schools, and so I would go and like help out and do a lot of work there.
So like people knew you as the friend of the principal.
Yeah, just like that's like, oh, yeah, he's always there. He's always in there, helping out, doing work, writing music, doing stuff.
What was your principal's name?
Principal Lindsay. He would always say, be on task, on time, and on a mission.
Okay. And did anything come of these meetings with the principal?
No, because my senior year, I decided I didn't like practicing, so I quit music.
Okay. Why would you be voted most likely to be in the principal's office if it wasn't a bad thing?
That's the joke now, isn't it?
What does that mean?
Oh my God. Is Cole the Riddler?
Damn.
Oh my
What a
god.
hook at the end.
I
What a
answered your
hook.
question with a question.
Yeah, I want to know now.
Ah, tell me,
All right, well, there's-
Batman.
That's your 60 seconds to Cole. Barbara, who do you want to go to next?
Troy.
Ooh, that was a tough choice. All right, going to Troy Baker next. He was like really deliberating. All right.
I was trying to
60
strategize,
seconds-
Jeremy.
60 seconds on the clock to question Troy. Ready, get set, go.
Troy, what high school did you go to?
Naaman Forest.
And why were you most likely to be in the principal's office?
Because I could typically be found there. There were instances. We could say that. We could delve diaper delve diaper? There may have been a diaper. I don't know. Maybe
why
there
you'd
was,
be in
maybe
the
there wasn't.
principal's office.
Yeah. I wore diapers. I didn't wear diapers.
Were you a troublemaker?
Oof. That specific word. I don't think I was a troublemaker, but I do believe that I was called a troublemaker.
Okay, so did you get detention frequently?
Yes.
Okay, for what?
We
What
also
would you
call
do?
it in-school suspension. There was also that, which is like you're like going in the clink. It's like prison for teenagers besides their bodies.
So you got in trouble frequently, and people knew this about you.
Frequently. On the daily.
What was one example of something you did in high school?
I lit my hand on fire with hairspray.
That I believe.
Oh, wow. That sounds painful.
That-
You wouldn't have to
I wasn't sure about the diapers, but that
Single
hairspray bit
truth.
sounds right.
Yeah.
Hairspray. Like in
Which hand?
school, the hairspray. Like middle of history class. Like you're not, this is going to blow your mind.
Science class. It was science. Left hand. I don't want to do anything
all
with
right.
my right hand for different reasons.
Yeah, that's for when you chump at home.
I write
Jacob
with this hand.
is the last
Here.
one remaining. You ready to question Jacob? All right.
Bring it. Give me Cole's voice number 2.
Oh, number 2.
Same voice
I want to be
again.
Cole's voice number 1.
He's Jacob voice A, and I'm Cole's voice 1.
60 seconds on the clock. Ready, get set, go.
All right, Jacob, were you a troublemaker?
Okay, so here's the thing. I like to think I was a good boy, but I surrounded myself with troublemakers inadvertently.
So why would you be the one most likely found in the principal's office and not your friends?
See, here's the thing. I would make friends with these folks, and I'd hang out with them all the time, and it would be different folks. So one person would do something bad, and I'd always have to accompany them because I'd be involved. Then another person would do something bad, so I'd also be with them, so I'd be the one there the most frequently, which is the problem. Oh.
Okay. What's the worst thing you got in trouble for in high school?
Okay. There was this time that we were dared to just take some cafeteria bought pizza and give it a little catapult. And it's not much, but I wear it like a badge of honor.
God damn. You all are giving me nothing. Or maybe I'm just really bad at this game. Who knows? One of the two.
It's, listen, we brought in a lot of good deceivers for this episode, Barbara, because I think
Truly the best.
I was gonna say because you like rocked it last episode, but I don't know if you did.
I don't think I did either. I think I
Wow,
was
look
the
at
chump,
Cole.
Jeremy. I think I was the chump last time.
Look how cool Cole is. As if he needed to look
Ooh.
better. God damn. All right, audience,
Love it.
it's your last chance to change your votes right now. Barbara, so you said that they all sounded very believable. Is there anyone you thought was like the least believable there? Anyone you're not leaning toward?
Wow.
I mean, Cole, obviously. Why would someone vote you as most likely to be in the principal's office for being a good kid?
It's a joke. The superlatives are a joke.
Yeah, that's true. But like typically
Yeah,
it's
to everybody
very,
else.
My friend
Like,
got most likely to be a park ranger
stereotypical.
because he wore cargo shorts.
that I believe.
Why was that a superlative in the?
I don't know.
Like, to be a farmer.
Yeah, what a cool
Where did you
yearbook.
go? All right, Barbara. Before we get your final answer, audience, you are now locked in. Thank you for voting. You are done for game number 1. All right, Barbara. Let's get the final word. Whose superlative is this? Who does this belong to?
This is a shot in the dark. It could be any of these 3 jerks.
Correct.
You know, my first instinct was Troy because he's a troublemaker. Jacob, I don't know much about, but he was not giving very many details, which makes me think he did do this. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Cole. Why not?
After you just said that you don't think it's Cole, you're now going to go
Yeah,
with Cole.
because I trusted my instincts last time and I was wrong, so we're going completely in the opposite direction.
That's a good point.
It's a
You
new
want to lock
instinct.
that in? Are we locking in Cole? Ooh.
Yeah, I'm locking in Cole.
Let's lock in Cole. He is now locked in, and before we reveal, audience, let's see how you voted for this game. 71% think it was Troy. My God.
Yep.
And then
Goodness
very
gracious.
equal voting between Cole and Jacob there. So the votes are in, and I can reveal that the person voted most likely to be found in the principal's office was Troy Baker. Yes, was the one voted that. The left hand always.
I need to stop. Someone pointed this in the chat. I mind fuck myself on a daily basis.
You
and I
had
just did
it. You had
again.
it.
I know. Fucking
Go with
Cole,
your
you little
instincts.
sneaky- I know.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Cole,
the glass.
I'm sorry I lied. I won't lie anymore. I promise.
The sunglasses
French
came into play,
Hornets?
dude.
Like, I hope I wasn't on camera for that one because that caught me good. I was like, what? My first thought was like, that's an actual thing. Like, I've always wondered, like, what do you call, like, oh, it's a gaggle of geese. I got that. It's like, what's a bunch of French Hornets besides unemployed? What is.
Hey, I escaped that life. I'm good.
I think the
I don't
thing
need
it
to-
was
I don't need to worry
so
about that.
weird that it was believable, and that's what Cole does to me. He's
a weird guy.
Tales. Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
he pisses me every time.
Well,
I never
we're
got
gonna
in trouble
hear.
for anything in
We
high
got to see
school.
the scores. So, audience, you got 1 point for getting that correct. Well done. And deceivers, you
Well
got a
done,
point
audience.
for fooling Barbara. This episode of CHUMP is brought to you by Samsung and AT&T. Rooster Teeth is joining forces with Samsung and AT&T 5G to kick things off for our upcoming RTX at-home virtual event. We are creating a Ruby outdoor mural that you can add art to from home using the Mark Augmented Reality app. Just download the Mark app and start creating your own Ruby art starting on September 5th through September 7th. Each night, fans' designs will be projected on the mural wall, and you could see yours come to life on social. If you're on the AT&T 5G network at home, you can access Plus mode through the Mark app. So you'll be able to get the highest res video and crystal clear images to explore on the app. Check out the new Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G powered by AT&T 5G. AT&T 5G requires a compatible plan and coverage is not in all areas. Here are just some of the new features you can try out on this device. There's cloud gaming that will be available with the power of 5G. Try out cloud gaming with high performance experiences brought to you via the newest Samsung devices powered by AT&T 5G. The Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G also has a 120Hz adaptive display that automatically adjusts the refresh rate according to the content that you're viewing, as well as an intelligent battery that optimizes for your gameplay so you don't go, your phone doesn't go dying in the middle of a game, because we all hate that. Between 5G support, Wi-Fi optimization, and the advanced processor, you get smooth gaming experiences with virtually no lag. Check out the S Pen and Samsung Notes to create your own works of art as well on that big giant screen, because who doesn't want to do that? Head on over to AT&T.com/Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G to learn how you can get the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 5G for free or the Galaxy Note 20 5G Ultra for $299.99 for a limited time. Thank you, Samsung, and thank you, AT&T. So Barbara is the current chump, but there is a lot of points up for grabs in the next game, which is called Pushing the Envelope. I've got a bunch of envelopes with the title of the show crudely drawn on them. In these are true facts about each of our deceivers. I'm going to shuffle them up and redistribute them. So they might get their own fact, they might get someone else's. Barbara questions each of them for 60 seconds about that fact. If it's theirs, they tell the truth. If it's someone else's, they lie and pretend that it's theirs. And at the end of the game, Barbara just needs to tell me if she thinks they were lying or telling the truth. And if she gets 2 or more right, she gets some points. And if she gets 2 or more wrong, then the deceivers get some points. Let's start things off with Troy Baker's fact. The true fact about Troy is he participated in his high school's first all-male pageant. Cole! The true fact about Cole is that Cole has been held up at gunpoint. And the true story about Jacob is Jacob was once trapped by 40 goats. By 40 goats. So those are your true facts about each person.
Terrifying.
Audience, you work a bit differently.
All tales of tragedy.
Audience, you are voting on one story in particular, which I believe is who was once held up at gunpoint. So Cole is claiming that this was him. After you hear his story, you might not believe him. Do you think it was Troy? Do you think it was Cole? Do you think it was Jacob? You get 2 points if you get it right. Barbara, who do you want to question first?
No one.
Yep.
Jacob.
Correct.
Let's start with Jacob this time.
All right.
Start with Jacob, who was once trapped by 40 goats. You get 60 seconds to question him about this. Ready, get set, go.
Jacob, where were you when you were trapped by 40 goats?
There's this goat farm between my hometown and this other city called Camarillo. It was a Somas dairy farm, I believe it was. It had a little bridge with goats that walked on top of it. You drive by it.
So, what kind of situation were you in where you were trapped? Where were you physically?
Well, we were there to pick. It was like a pick your own blueberry thing. So we went there for that. And the goats were initially unrelated, but we were in a golf cart going back when this big old herd got enclosed in this area with us. We had to wait there for about 15 minutes, and there was no escape in sight.
How do you know there was 40 goats?
I mean, it's a ballpark guess. I mean, yeah, you see a group of goats. You say like, hey, maybe that's 15, maybe that's 40. It looked like 40 to me. If you saw, you'd understand.
Okay, and remind me of your hometown name, where this happened?
Moore Park was my hometown.
And who were you with?
My parents and my brothers.
Okay.
It's ballpark goat numbers right there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you know how it is.
If you got 30 goats, you got 40 goats.
You can never quite tell. After 2, they all kind of blend in together.
Yeah,
Right.
after 2, you got 4.
A gaggle of goats, they're called.
No, they're absolutely not.
A murder of
Absolutely
goats.
not called that. And by the way,
Murder of goats.
I've been looking at houses in Moore Park and I've been to Camarillo, and there is a lot of livestock out there.
There are.
Damn it.
Ooh.
Smell
Okay.
it.
Look at
I
that.
spent too much time there.
So, Barbara, who would you like to go to next?
Give me that coal boy.
Give me that
Jacob,
Cole
voice number
boy.
2.
So,
I'll stick
audience,
my
this
hand
is the
in
one
the
you're going to
puppet.
really want to pay attention to, because Cole is claiming to have once been held up at gunpoint, and this is the story you are voting on. Barbara,
gather around
60
campfire
seconds
kitties.
on the clock for this. Ready,
All right.
get set, go.
Cole, how old were you when you got held up at gunpoint?
It was right after I moved to Austin, so like 21.
Where did it happen?
South Austin, at a gas station.
What time of day?
I just got off the bus coming back from school in San Marcos, and so it was like around evening. Like I had class at 5 or ended at 5, and so I was getting
Okay.
a Gatorade.
What did the person who held you up want?
They just kind of came to the gas station and like had a gun and made money for everyone.
Oh, it was inside the gas station.
Yeah.
What was the outcome of it?
I didn't really have any money on me, so they took my card, but then we just canceled it later.
So, was anyone else in the gas station
Yeah,
affected by it?
The attendant, like the gas station cashier, but like I was like one of the only people inside the gas station at the moment.
All right. Gas station robbery from Cole. So audience, that's the one you are voting on. If you were swayed by Cole, make sure to do hashtag Cole in the chat or hashtag Troy, hashtag Jacob. Barbara, that just leaves Troy, who participated in his high school's first all-male pageant. Are you ready to question Troy about this?
I don't know if I'm ever ready to question Troy about this, but let's do it.
Before you begin,
Yes.
I want it said, I submit several stories to Jeremy. Several. And this is the second time this has happened that he's chosen the one that I didn't think he was going to. You know what I mean? Like there's like he's going to go for this one.
I'm really
And he
failing you
chooses
on that
this one.
account.
Go ahead. It's not the best. Go ahead.
60 seconds on the clock. Ready, get set, go.
Troy, what does an all-male pageant entail?
Something that's incredibly reflective of living in the 90s, because that would not happen now.
Oh, that's a good cop-out.
Four guys, and to be... Go ahead.
No, continue.
4 guys, and in all fairness, I was the joke. You ever seen Carrie?
So...
It's kind of like that. It's just no pig's blood. I was the joke.
Did you have to perform?
No.
What did you have to do then? What did the pageant entail?
Not much of anything. This is the shittiest one. You should not have chosen this one. There's 4 guys, 3 super popular dudes that were all super cool, and then everyone thought it'd be funny to have the 4th guy who was not the cool kid, and everyone made fun of, and throw him in there. It's not a good story.
But I already know you're the cool kid because you spent all that time in the principal's office. So I know you're
That
cool.
does not make me the cool kid. Ask
It
your
was the
question.
kid who
I'm
lit his
sorry.
hand on fire. Kevin, did you hear about the guy in the pageant that lit his hand on fire?
That was part of the act.
Yep.
Part of the did you have to perform walking out on stage? Not a good shining moment.
Barbara, there are your stories. So we will be going down the line one at a time. And you just need to tell me whether or not you think they're telling the truth or telling a lie. Before we do that, audience, last chance to get your votes in. And Barbara, is there anyone you're completely not believing and when you're leaning toward? What are you thinking going into this?
I don't believe Cole.
I told you I would tell the truth from here on out.
You've been down this road before.
This is the problem, Cole. You sound too honest.
Was it the French hornist?
Yeah,
No one's gonna hold up a
That's like
French
the perfect-
hornist.
That's like the perfect mark. You just take that guy.
All right,
French
put the
horn.
gun
You got an
down.
honest voice, Cole.
That man plays the French horn. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
You don't know what he's capable of. Back up.
I'll play this. I swear to God, I will.
Whoa. I just needed some money. Let's calm down. All right, audience. Let's cut off your votes right there. Thank you very much. You are now locked in for game 2. Barbara, time to go down the line and get your answers for each person. And we're going to start with Troy. Participated in his high school's first all-male pageant. Is Troy telling the truth or telling a lie?
I think he's lying.
Do you want to lock that in?
Yes.
Let's lock in Troy as a liar. Let's move on to Cole, who was once held up at gunpoint. Do you think Cole is telling the truth or telling a lie?
I think he's lying as well.
2 liars on the board. Do you want to lock that in?
Yep.
Locked in. Cole is a liar as well. Then we move
Listen
on
to this
to
confidence.
Jacob. Yeah, she is very confident going into this.
Lying.
Jacob, in trapped by 40 goats. Do you think Jacob was telling the truth or telling a lie?
I think he was lying as well.
All
Oh
three are
my
lying.
gosh, a full
I think all
Gravy.
Lying. Do you want to
I
lock
think
that
everyone
in?
got someone's different fact. Yeah, I'm gonna lock that in as all three being liars.
Lock in a liar as well.
I do
All right.
declare.
I do declare.
My gosh, 3 liars. Before we reveal, let's see what the audience thought about who was held up at gunpoint. Jacob,
Wow.
65% think Jacob was the
Okay,
one held up at
interesting,
gunpoint. Only
interesting.
13% went for Cole, so no one believed Cole on that, unfortunately.
I don't have money. People know. People know.
All right.
Not worth it. Not worth it.
Let's reveal one at a time, starting with Troy. Participated in his high school's first all-male pageant. You thought he was lying, and I can reveal that Troy was telling a lie. You got that correct. Well done, Barbara.
Yeah.
You still don't have any points
bitch.
yet. If you get this next one correct, it means you at least get 1 point. Moving on to Cole, says he was held up at gunpoint. Audience, you're also hoping for a lie here. You thought he was telling a lie. I can reveal he was telling a lie. You also got that one correct. So, Barbara, you got at least 1 point. And it's down to Jacob. Jacob was once trapped by 40 goats. You thought he was telling a lie. You thought they were all telling lies. I can reveal Jacob was telling a lie. You are correct. You got 2 points for that round, Barbara.
Barbara's being
Hey.
honest boys of us all.
So we know that Cole was not the one who was held up at gunpoint. The audience is hoping it is Jacob, and the person held up at gunpoint was Troy Baker. Audience, you did not get that one correct. Troy was held up at gunpoint. Cole was once trapped by 40 goats, and Jacob participated in his high school's first all-male pageant, which means Barbara now takes the lead with 2 points over the audience one.
Ooh.
The Deceivers won. Hold on.
2 unanswered points.
Those stories. Troy. Okay, so Troy with that whole time saying this is the worst story you could have picked and stuff like that. Troy is legitimately upset I have not picked
True
a certain
story.
story of his for a chub. That's true. That's true. He's
Every
gonna
lie
save it
has
for
to be
another one?
based in some truth.
yes.
Which
We
is why
can't-
Cole
spoil
pulled
it.
out the Gatorade thing. I was like, oh, he's anchoring his shit in some truth.
Gatorade.
I actually, I'll save it for the post show. I'll save it for the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I based
so
mine off
we
of a true
will
story.
hear.
Hmm.
We will hear all of those true stories in our post show Chump Change for first members. So make sure to check that one out where we hear about all
And
of
I
those.
have my
But now it
rationale.
all comes down. This episode of Chump is brought to you by the Rooster Teeth Store. Shop an insane amount of exclusive merch from Achievement Hunter, Ruby, Funhouse, Rooster Teeth, and more. RTX at Home, presented by AT&T, is just around the corner. It's coming up. We're already in September. September 15th through the 25th is RTX, and we're excited to show off tons of debut merch that will launch during the event. Join us on first night on September 15th when we kick off all the big reveals. Then enjoy panels throughout RTX, like Chump. Chump has a panel. We'll be doing a live Chump to get a first look at nearly 100 new products launching over the 2-week event. Here's a sampling of what to expect. There's new fall collections, there's cosplay items, there's exclusive teas from your favorite new shows like Recorded by Arizal and RVB Zero, first member discounts, and special sales all throughout the event. There's a ton of crap to get. Plus, the Coop is back this year. Everyone knows the Coop. You remember the Coop from RTX. It's always around, and it's back this year with all new capsule collections as Coop Comics. The Rooster Teeth store collaborated with hugely popular artists from skate, music, and pop culture to curate exclusive limited edition designs available on our new Coop website. And all purchases from the Coop come in commemorative comic book shop packaging. Ooh, it's fun. It's like comic books. Follow the Rooster Teeth store on Instagram and Twitter for more, including Coop Comics artist collaboration announcements. You can find out who we're working with. And shop RTX at Home exclusively at the Rooster Teeth store September 15th through the 25th. We'll see you then. It all comes down to our final game right here. It's still a very, very close game as we move on to a classic, which is called Just the Facts. In this game, we have one true story about one of our deceivers, but they're all going to pretend like this story is about them. One of them will be telling the truth, answering Barbara's questions. The other two will be lying to answer her questions, and Barbara has to move on whenever I tell her, all right, you've had enough, move on to the next person. And You guys are voting along as well. Hashtag Troy, hashtag Cole, hashtag Jacob. The story in question is one of our 3 deceivers once destroyed their best friend's mailbox. So one of our 3 deceivers once destroyed their best friend's mailbox. Hashtag Troy, hashtag Cole, hashtag Jacob. It could be all of them. Just like the first game, they're all troublemakers as it appears.
Yeah.
Barbara, who do you want to start with on this?
Let's start with Troy this time.
We're gonna start with Troy this time. Now there's no timer here, so whenever you're ready to begin your questioning, go for it.
Bring it.
Mr. Baker,
Yes.
where did this happen?
My best friend's house.
What city?
Oh, Garland, Texas. Sorry. You want his address too? He lived on Limerick Lane. Yeah.
Who were you with when you broke the mailbox?
My best friend.
Was it he helped you break his own mailbox?
Oh, no. Stephen Kirkenbauer, I've talked a lot about this guy, had a 1986 black Celica GT. He drove everywhere because I didn't have my license. I wanted to drive his car. I did not know how to drive a standard. So I was learning how to drive a standard and had it in reverse because that's where you park the car in reverse. Had it in reverse, let off the clutch, slammed down on the gas, went backwards and destroyed his rear bumper and his brick mailbox.
How old were you?
To this day, his parents do not talk to me.
How old were you when this happened?
17. See,
Oh,
17.
learning
Because
to
we were
drive
not.
at
We were
a
still in
late
high
age.
school. No. Learning how to drive a standard. I knew how to drive. I just didn't know how to drive a standard.
My mistake. All right. I think that's good on Troy. Let me move on to Cole.
All right. Oh, look at that. She's itching to get to Cole. This
Get
is
out
the
of
guy.
my way, Baker. Give me Cole.
This is the guy.
I need to find
right.
the
I
line.
had enough of you.
I have a limited
All right,
time, don't I?
Well, yeah, until I tell you to move on.
Oh.
So
Well, bring
let's not
Troy
say
back.
unlimited. I am your
Death
limit.
to the patriarchy.
Hey, bring him back.
Whenever you're ready, begin your questioning on Cole.
All right, Cole. How old were you when you broke your friend's mailbox?
17 as well.
What did you break it with?
My car. Actually, my brother's car. Sorry.
What was the situation? Was it similar to Troy's where you were backing up?
Pretty similar. I drive a stick shift, and I was not used to his being automatic. So when I went to go press the clutch, I accidentally pressed the gas and lunged forward.
That does sound like something you would do.
Yeah.
What happened afterwards?
We let his parents know.
Did you have to pay for it?
My mom did. I didn't have any money.
Yeah, because then Robert would have taken the money from you.
He was just
Remember?
he was-
I was a French hornist. I don't have any money.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who gets beat up.
Starving artist. Come on, Ma. I got to spend all my money on the French horn. You want me to make it to Carnegie, don't you?
Come on, Ma.
Oh, God. You're destroying mailboxes.
I'm going to Juilliard, Ma. Juilliard.
You know what? That's all you get for Cole. I'm gonna make you move on.
Oh my god.
Jacob.
Sufficient information.
My God.
All right,
So-
Jacob.
Jacob destroyed his best friend's mailbox. Barbara, go for it.
Jacob. What
Yes,
did you break the
Barbara.
mailbox with? And it can't be a car.
Okay. It wasn't a car, but we were pretending we were in a car because it was me and my best friend Kevin. We were really young, like 6 or 7. And the best way for us to simulate being in a car together without a car was to bungee cord ourselves together. So we just run up and down the sidewalk, and we got tangled up in it was a shoddy mailbox. They were pretty poorly stuck into the lawn, so our little bodies were able to knock it down.
You knocked it down with your body?
Pull the bungee cord between our bodies as we were trying to sprint down the sidewalk.
How did you get injured?
I mean, some scrapes for both of us, but it wasn't anything terrible. This is like not a big mailbox. It's just like a little box on a piece of wood in the lawn.
Did you get in
Some
trouble?
mailboxes.
Not that much trouble because we were pretty young. Yes, a mailbox. It wasn't that much trouble. It It was a
We broke
okay. Yeah, let's
Barbara.
mailbox. Whatever.
We broke Barbara.
Just describe the mailbox.
Oh god.
Barbara.exe has stopped responding.
Every other mailbox that's been around has been like a big unit.
You know, it wasn't like a mailbox. It was just like a box on a stick in the grass.
You
Like a
put mail,
mailbox.
you know.
Fucking Christ, that killed me. Okay. That's plausible, I guess.
I would like to ask Jacob.
Yeah.
Why is tying yourself to your friend with a bungee cord simulating a car?
Okay, because we were trying to be Herbie the Love Bug, and because we be running back and forth, but when somebody's in the passenger seat, they don't go a different direction than the person in the driver's seat, so we always wanted to be next to each other. We did the same thing when we were flying the Millennium Falcon.
What do you
All
use
right,
for the
Barbara's
Millennium
questioning
Falcon?
is done.
Nothing? Or imaginations?
Great. So much clarity.
Dumb question. Sorry.
All right. So Barbara, you have to decide who actually destroyed this mailbox. Was it, Troy in his car, Cole and his? Oh, well, they were both their friend's car, correct? No, friend's car,
Friend's car.
brother's car,
Brother's car.
brother's car,
Herbie
and,
the Love Bug.
and bungee car.
It was Herbie.
Oh,
Herbie.
one of these
But
is
not,
true.
not Lindsay
Barbara,
Lohan, Herbie.
that's enough out of you. Barbara? Is there someone you're not believing at all in this?
When I first heard it, Jacob's story sounded ridiculous, but it's so ridiculous that I don't think someone could just make that up. I've never heard of kids bungee cording themselves together to recreate a car and running down the street.
Yeah, I want to
But
talk to
I
your
also
parents.
don't think a mailbox would
Yeah.
get taken down
creative
that way
kid.
by 2 6-year-olds. Oh my god.
Damn. Well, audience, we are locking you guys in. You are done for the show. Thank you very much for voting. Barbara, it is now your turn to pick who once destroyed their best friend's mailbox. Who do you think did it?
I'm gonna go with Jacob.
She's gonna go. Keep in mind, if this is a lie, this looks terrible on you.
On me?
Absolutely terrible. Yeah.
Yeah,
If he gets away with
This is going on your record.
Oh,
you're
Barbara,
permanent.
do you want to lock in
record.
Jacob?
Black ink.
yeah, I'll lock in Jacob.
Let's lock in Jacob. Destroyed
Yeah, if you
his
get
best
this
friend's
right-
mailbox.
All of the glory.
All
All
of the
of it.
glory. Before we reveal, audience, who did you think destroyed their best friend's mailbox? They also think Jacob.
No
they
one
went for
ever
Jacob
believes
as
me.
well. No
Wow,
one believes
that's a pretty
Jacob.
consistent number across our audience, by the way.
I haven't got above a 17 in this game ever.
like that's the score. I haven't gotten above a 17.
Means you're an honest boy, Cole.
You're an honest Cole. Well, so our votes are in, and I can reveal that the person who once destroyed their best friend's mailbox was Cole Gallion. Cole was telling the truth, missed the clutch pedal, ran over the mailbox. Which means that Barbara and the audience both went for Jacob on that one with the bungee cord.
Boy, I did too.
Did you actually
To be
do
honest with
that?
you.
Okay.
He
The lies
have done that for real.
There's truth seated in that lie. Yes, I'll talk about it more later.
Has
But
to be.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that during Chump Change.
And I know what a
The deceivers
mailbox
get-
is, just so everybody knows.
The deceivers get 2 points for that round for fooling both the audience and the contestant, which means the deceivers are ending the game with 3 points. Barbara, because of her masterful pushing the envelope round, is ending the game with 2 points, and that means with only 1 point,
Audience.
the audience is going to be tonight's.
No.
Look at all you chumps.
Yeah, they were chumps. They were chumps. There's normally a sound
I
bite
gave
that
you
goes with that. but
17%.
Pretend it was there. So yeah, audience, you did not make it out of that one. Barbara, well done. You
Rigged.
redeemed yourself.
Thank you.
Brought it back.
I should have trusted Cole for the last one.
Well,
Like
that's
how
a hard
Troy
thing to
had
do.
the same story, but just
I felt that was pretty damn convincing.
that was.
I'm
Oh,
a
that-
little miffed.
Yeah, when
You're
you told
always
your story, I
convincing,
was
though.
like, oh, that's pretty much my story. But
Cole's like, "Nailed it." What he said. Well, guys, thank you again. Cole is horrible at telling stories. This just popped up.
I thought his delivery was great.
Next
So
level.
Cole,
mean
I
to
think you're
choose
great
that
at
one.
telling stories.
Thank
Oh,
you.
man.
Audience, you get 70%.
Damn, look at that.
Finally,
A generous call. Well, thank you once again to Barbara and all of our deceivers for tuning in for this, the 6th episode of season 3. So we got 2 more before we take our season break. It's been a good one. Make sure to tune in at 5 p.m. Central Time next week on RTTV to watch another episode live and vote along in the chat again. And remember, become a first member so you can watch Chump Change. We're going to hear some of these stories with the 40 goats and the gunpoint and the pageant and all that stuff. It's going to be an interesting one. Thanks again, and we will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
I'm waving my hand at you.
Bye. Thanks again for watching, and let us know in the comments below who managed to fool you. Remember, there will be another episode next week live on RTTV at 5 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. So make sure you're there to log in and vote along. We'll see you then.